Monty once again from DPL Surveillance Equipment. We're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. We have a full range of state-of-the-art law enforcement grade spy toys and technologies and services available to law enforcement, consumers, military, private investigators, and intelligence agencies. Stop by our website when you get a chance, DPL-surveillance-equipment.com, and take a look at the offerings. We allow you to rent, we allow you to layaway, we allow you to finance. Creative financing is offered as well with all our spy products and technologies and services. Take advantage when you can, okay? The number is 888-344-3742. It's 888-344-3742. This session, as usual, is sponsored by Spy Gadget Rentals. That's our hashtag for the same company. Just the hashtags. Hashtag Spy Gadget Rentals. So this particular session has to do with Bitcoin. A lot of you are probably aware that we're big proponents of Bitcoin and the blockchain technology behind it, and cryptocurrencies, and the idea that we can take back control through the use of verifiable, accountable finances that flow from me to you and across borders and states without intermediaries, without humongous charges and what might be construed as ransom paid to the major credit card issuers and banks and all the other institutions that get in the way of e-commerce and remittances, etc., etc. So again, we're looking at this from the perspective of taking back control and liberating the masses, hopefully, from being taken advantage of by the use of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Okay, so what is this session about today? Good question. Glad you asked. This session is all about the old economy and the new economy. The reason why we framed it like this is because we want to make sure you guys understand we have a parallel universe going on. We have an old economy that's dying out, represented by the creation of the Federal Reserve and the central banks in 1913. And now we have a new economy. We have cryptocurrencies, or otherwise known as virtual currencies. We have Bitcoin leading the way, followed by other offshoots such as Ethereum, Litecoin, and a few others that you guys probably have heard about. So what does this mean? What is the practical significance of this in your average everyday life? Well, one of the main highlights is going to be liberation. Just, try to keep in mind that people need to be liberated from financial oppression, okay? When someone is able to compel you to use their currency, even with the threat of jail, prison, armies, and such, physical violence, you name it. That's not something that we need to tolerate any longer. Maybe it was tolerated up to this point before Bitcoin, but no longer do we have to be a part of a system that literally enslaves us, okay? Again, compelling us to go along with their program. Now we have a choice. So you guys are going to have to get used to the idea that you have a choice, okay? Once upon a time, the dollar was the only game in town. And as you know as well as I do, through over excessive printing, funding of wars, funding of overthrows of political regimes and different countries, when we want to overtake a country and replace one dictatorship with another one sponsored by America or whatever, We want to fund drug wars and military wars and whatever covert black box operation that these guys want to come up with. They could do it with the dollar. But that has changed. So you need to wake up and understand we are in a new paradigm right now. With the cryptocurrencies and the blockchain specifically, we can literally have accountability, and through a consensus system, everybody has to get on board with what's going to happen with the new currency. Okay, the Bitcoin, the way it works is the people now control what their money's going to be used for. Okay, we only have a certain number that's going to be ever be printed, 21 million, divisible by no more than 8 digits, out to 8 digits. That means that we don't have excessive printing and excessive dilution of our currency anymore. Those days are gone. So realize that in the most practical sense, in layman's terms, we're talking about liberating you from the shackles of slavery. As of now, even when I pass by, when I'm running my errands, doing the things that I'm doing in my exercise of participating in the new economy on a daily basis, I see the sad sights of endless numbers of cars on the freeway, people waiting to get home, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and the same thing in the morning, people waiting to get to work between 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Some famous artist, singer, called them steel coffins or something. Not to mention the cubicles aren't any better. Okay, the cubicles that the people are told they have to habitate while their bosses are oppressing them, and office politics are stressing them out, and then the paychecks are causing you to not be able to progress and accomplish much at all. We have to look at this for what it is and realize it's not to be tolerated any longer. Once upon a time, people lashed out, they rebelled, and they did something about their situation to get out of it. And this is no different. Now, even my cat Lazy Bones, meowing in the background, is saying the same thing. He's saying, yeah, people need to get the shackles off. Take a look at this new financial freedom. Take a look at the ability to bypass the banks, the intermediaries, the credit card issuers, the Federal Reserve, central bankers, politicians even, okay? So the bottom line is, if we have a parallel economy running alongside the old, outdated system, then we need to take advantage of it, So that means start practicing on a daily basis. Get yourself some Bitcoin. Have someone send some Bitcoin to you. And you, in turn, set up your wallet, your hard wallet, and get your coins off the exchanges. Put it in your hard wallet. Send some money, fractions of a Bitcoin. 5 cents, 10 cents, $1, $2, $3, $5 at a time, back and forth to relatives, friends, and associates. Demonstrate to each other how easy this is. Only by practice can you figure out that this is powerful new technologies. In other words, when you travel from place to place, you can take your wealth with you. No one can confiscate it from you. Pretty soon the old, outdated economy will collapse under its own weight. And the people who participated in practice and participated in the new economy, these are going to be the people who are going to be living a much better, higher quality, higher standard of living as compared to the other people who are struggling, trying to make a living with the dollar fiat currency that is basically worth nothing, which is soon going to collapse. And for a lot of people, it's collapsing already, so I don't even need to predict the future on this one. For a lot of people, they are suffering. And I've been studying finances and reading about the financial markets and studying stocks and equities for a long, long time. The Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, financial newspapers, news commentary shows for 25 years. And trust me, consumerism is almost as extinct as the dinosaur, mainly because most of the people have been fooled into thinking that was going to somehow appease the masses. Will let you buy some consumer electronics, the big screen TVs and the etc. And you're going to feel good, and you're going to feel like you're participating in the system. You belong. You're a part of the system, right? But nothing can become further from the truth, because that's not actually how you accumulate wealth or establish financial independence. You know, you only establish financial independence by doing some work. That means get your money, get your funds, turn your working hours or whatever into something that's going to benefit you. In other words, if I'm going to pay you as an employer 10% of what you're really worth, you got to realize that 90% that's going to waste is never going to allow you to get ahead. So you guys need to wake up and start participating in the new economy. Talk about Bitcoin as much as possible. Research as much as possible. Get your hands on some. Ask somebody to send something to you. Figure out how to get your hands on some. Send it to other people as well. And let's participate in the new economy as quickly as possible. And one thing I want you guys to look at also, because just an example of how the system is rigged, and maybe I got it all wrong about this particular instance, but I want somebody to tell me. When you put money on an exchange like Coinbase, and you transfer the money to an exchange, transfer it to a hard wallet, what does that mean? Is it a taxable event? Or does that mean that it's just a transfer? Okay, so you guys, when you listen to this podcast, try and figure out why is this treated as a taxable event when you're basically transferring from one place to the other. Okay, if 99% of my money going from Coinbase ends up in a Trezor wallet or a Nano wallet, why is that treated as a taxable event if I'm not deriving any economic benefit from it? Okay, so the bottom line should be what or whether or not we're experiencing an economic benefit. If we're not, then obviously we're not getting anything from it, and the IRS or anybody else should be getting anything from it. So we need to ask ourselves, what are we doing here? What are we tolerating? What are we told versus what's true, and why is it that we're accepting things that logically they don't seem to make sense unless I'm missing something. So I think there's a few things that need to be ironed out, and as we try to wrap up our participation in the old economy and going along with these crazy ideas in terms of what it means to comply and submit to and abide by, because we're told that it's the right thing. We need to hurry up and make the transition completely over to the new system before the old system completely implodes. So again, let's realize that we're at the very beginnings of the new internet. For instance, when it's just like when the internet was first introduced to us, it was kind of scary. It was kind of different, kind of hard to get your head around. And this new economy is no different. A lot of people are struggling with new concepts and ideas and such, but this is the way going forward. This is the way. This is what we need to do. Okay, we had protesters against the Vietnam War. We had protesters against crazy treatment in the United States and outside the United States in terms of what was going on against us. This is no different. Okay, make a statement. Make a statement by moving your money into this new space. Make a statement by changing your lifestyle to take advantage of what's happening in this new area, the new economy, and just opt out of the old economies. Plain and simply, and make sure you understand that the fewer people participating in the old economy, of course it's going to collapse. Of course there won't be anything for central bankers or Federal Reserve people to rescue. Okay? So when they come out with their own Fed coin or central bank coin or shit coin as it's going to be known, don't fall for it. Just simply don't fall for it. Make sure you understand Bitcoin is the original and only coin. We don't need a Fed coin or central bank coin or anything else. And we can revamp and restructure and construct a new economy that's fair and equitable and it's going to reward people. Okay, we have a currency for the first time that actually appreciates, so that when you go get your groceries, sometimes the appreciation for that day offsets the expense of your groceries and the gas and the various expenditures. Before you even get home, you may find out that your money is worth more versus worth less. So it's a new mindset, it's a new paradigm. But get used to it, because you're going to hear your friends, relatives, and associates, certain people talk about, how they've achieved prosperity by participating in a new economy and shunning the other one. So don't be left out, and realize that this is something that you can embrace right now, and it's going on, and it's revolutionizing everything imaginable. I got myself a BitPay card. It's a debit card that we put money on, and we're experimenting, and believe it or not, these transactions really, they work very, very well. And this is just one step towards using direct Bitcoin payment to merchants and retailers and such. So online and offline. In the future, we're not going to need debit cards or any type of payment cards. Our wallets are going to transfer money quickly and easily, especially with the Bitcoin upgrade. This latest upgrade is going to allow Bitcoin to work the way it's supposed to work. Quicker, efficient transactions, lots of innovation coming down the pipeline, and just stay tuned. Okay, this is exciting times that we're living in. It's going to be a bumpy transition for a few, but at the same time, I think you're going to find out your quality of life is going to improve dramatically, exponentially. So as the Federal Reserve, central bankers, and politicians and such, law enforcement, as they try to scare you into this direction and that direction and the other direction, even tax regulators, as they try to intimidate us and scare us and harass us, they're doing this out of desperation. So beware of the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, but stay focused on the long-term goals of financial liberation. If you ever need anything pertaining to surveillance and security equipment, spy gadgets, or whatever, give me a call, 888-344-3742. That's 888-344-3742. You guys have a good day. Thanks. Take care. Bye.